After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 417. Today is Saturday, August 29th, 2020, as we are recording. I am Arlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy. And I was just realizing, I can wear ponytails again.
Yay.
You should try wearing these clips for ponytails, Mom. They really do work.
We'll have to see. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you're new, we're glad you found us. We hope you see something you like and that you'll come back. And if you are returning, we're always glad to see you back here for the Fun in the Woman Cave. If you are in the shadows, either new or returning, please feel free to subscribe to our channel. You hit that little red button, I think it's on your right, and hit the little bell so you can get notifications. And if you want to take part in the alongs, you need to join our PHN group, which is phnpodcast.freeforums.net. That's phnpodcast.freeforums.net. It's free. All you have to do is say you want to join and we'll let you in.
Something that's called Free Forums is free?
Free. Absolutely free.
Although, actually,
there are paid versions.
They don't pay.
No, they have paid versions.
There's paid versions,
We'd
not
have
for
to
the
pay.
members.
Yeah,
Right, we would have to pay to have, no ads.
Right.
But
So,
we chose not to do that.
Anyway.
The ads aren't annoying.
No, they're out of the way.
They're unobtrusive.
So, in any event, we have that place where we do our alongs because it's easier to do the alongs there than it is to to fiddle with some of the other places. We have a lot going on in our lives, so we don't want to do more than we have to in terms of spots.
Right. It's
Okay.
just easier to have all the projects in one area.
Right. Okay, so so please feel free if you'd like to join there. We'd love to have you. You just have to say, hey, I want to join, and we'll let you in. Either Talia or me or one of our moderators will let you in.
Someone will let you in.
Yeah. Okay. It might take a little bit of time depending on what time you ask to be in. It could be anywhere from, if we're online and we see you, it could be right away, or it could be up to maybe 24 hours tops.
Right. It all depends on who's online when.
Who's online when. Because we have some people in Europe, we have some people on the other side of the coast, and we have us here on the East Coast. So you have a good chance of getting on whenever you do it almost immediately, but it might be a little bit of a wait. Okay. Especially if you're, like late at night or something.
Right. We're not necessarily sitting there looking you up online. Is she really legit?
No.
I don't trust her.
No, we will allow you in as soon as, we're just trying to make sure there's no bots, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
And that we can control. Just if there is a bot, we can kick him out.
Yeah. Happy place. It's a happy place.
Happy place.
Okay? All right.
I thought this was
It's happy. I thought this was a happy house.
Yeah.
Do you know the reference? I'll be impressed. Put it in the little Dropbox or in the episode thread on the group. All right.
So tea time. Tea.
Yes, and if you're new, you will find out that we do a lot of this kind of reference stuff. Some of them will be obvious, and some of them will be really obscure.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Tea time. Do I go first with my tea? Yes,
You do, because you have more projects.
Yeah.
Because you have double the projects I do.
Yeah. In my not in my Plum Deluxe bag. In my my Blue Owl bag.
It's a bag, huh? You drink tea from a bag?
I do. This is my Blue Owl bag because I don't have any owl bags. See how I did that? Do you see what I did there?
You called it a bag again.
Do you see what I did there?
I do see what you did there, but you
Okay.
called it a bag again.
I know I did. It was on purpose.
Oh, okay. It was on purpose?
It was on purpose. This is my Blue Owl mug, and Brittany, thank you for the comment. Was it Brittany who said about my owls? Who was it?
Brittany, and that was for the Patreon.
For the Patreon. Thank you for saying you liked my owl. She liked the
But she
pumpkin
liked
owl.
the pumpkin one.
She liked the pumpkin one,
Which
which I
y'all
haven't
can't
used
see.
yet. I haven't used that one yet.
I wonder how much that holds.
I'll have to check after we're done.
Yeah.
Anyway, in here, okay. Thank you. Thank you to the people who like my mugs. My mug, even on the last podcast, somebody mentioned that.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it's an unusual mug.
I'm sorry. I think
it was Rena who said something.
I don't think it was Rena. I think it was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
But whoever it was, thank you. In my mug is Plum Deluxe tea vanilla sugar cookie dessert tea because I didn't want chocolate today for some reason. And this lightly sweet and spiced, full of love. Green Rubio's cinnamon chips, blackberry leaf, ginger root, fennel seeds, vanilla essence, love, gratitude, no caffeine. Which I probably could have used today because of the weather, but that's okay. I wanted this.
Yeah, it's raining outside, or it was around 8:30.
But it's not raining men.
Oh, is that not raining now?
It's not raining men, I said.
Oh, it's not raining men. Yes.
Did you want to taste this?
Sure, I can have a little taste.
Give the cat a little kiss.
Yes. What?
I don't want it to drip on you.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I love it. I may end up getting another owl mug simply because it's a little difficult to drink out of this.
Although yours, where you drink from it, is fine.
No, it's a little difficult to
Oh,
drink.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want an owl mug more like my bunny mug?
Yeah, I found one online.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Did you? Is it?
Is it? Is it? Yes, I do. I know the reference. I just can't place it at the moment.
Yes, you do. Pining for the fuel.
Oh, right. Sorry, guys. If you know the reference, we don't want to give it away, and you're gonna.
It's completely tone of voice too.
It is.
So
It's. Yeah. It is.
The Thing is pretty popular, but
Yeah, but it's not. I don't know if it's as popular now as it was like.
it was
20
really
years ago.
popular when I was in college.
It was very popular when I was in college. So it had like.
It might be a college thing
I think it's just. Yeah, it might be.
because I think there's certain things that just resonate with the college mind.
Well, I was never a big fan of them for, it took me a while to understand the humor. My husband really likes it, so I'm familiar with it now. So, but anyway, yes, you will know it. You can put it down in the Dropbox, or you can put it in the group.
Or you can be like, "What the heck are you talking about?"
Which is about par for the course for us sometimes. So, okay.
Well, the poor lady who's like, "Well, I don't know half what you're talking about, but I like it."
Yeah, I was like, thank you.
Thank
She's
you.
such a sweetheart.
Thank you for sticking around.
I think that was Cynthia, wasn't it?
It might have been.
She was a sweetheart. I want her to come back because I want to know what
Yes.
her name is.
I hope she tells us.
I hope she does. She sounds like a sweetheart. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Now that
I
we
didn't tell my tea.
Well, get on with it already.
Just passing me by. You see
Pass
it?
you by.
See how that?
Pass you by.
See?
Slow poke. Poke. Poker. Poker? Poke, poke. Poke, poke. Do you guys remember about 10 years ago or 15 years ago on Facebook, everybody was poking everybody?
Yes, that was the Thing.
The Thing, yes, The Thing.
And a Thing in, I think it was Vikings, that was their meeting. They would meet in a thing. That was what they would call
Okay.
their meetings. The Thing.
Okay.
I'm pretty
There
sure
you
there was
have
the
it.
Vikings.
There you have it. Your interesting, non-essential bit of information for today.
It was like their judicial kind of community theme. It was a thing.
The Thing.
Plum Deluxe.
It's The Thing.
Fog Cutter Black Tea. Clear through the emotional clutter. It looks like clatter because clutter has faded a bit. And focus on your dreams. I kind of like emotional clatter.
I actually almost picked this one up myself. I told Ty it was a good thing I didn't. 'Cause
All organic Assam black tea, Ceylon black tea, African black tea, Darjeeling black tea. So it's got black tea in it.
black tea, I think.
Lemon peel, love and gratitude. So it's black tea
I love gratitude.
and lemon peel and love and gratitude.
Yeah.
And
Feel-
obviously, with all that black tea, this has caffeine. And I have like
Not
a headache
necessarily,
that's like
obviously,
hanging out.
if it's decaffeinated.
If you have that much black tea,
They can
you're not going to
decaffeinate it.
usually
They
decaf
can
it.
decaffeinate it.
It just kind of seems like a waste.
It would be a waste, but they can do it. It might be low caffeine as opposed to no caffeine.
I think it'd be hard to remove completely
That's
all
why I
that
said it might be
caffeine,
low
yeah.
caffeine instead of no caffeine.
Uh-huh.
Which he has. He has
Because even decaffeinated has some caffeine,
very little.
but it does have some.
But Andy actually has caffeinated, low caffeine, and then no caffeine.
right now, the herbals are naturally
No caffeine.
No caffeine.
But some of his, he's really good about marking them.
He is really good. At
Andy and Plum Deluxe are very good about asking you what your allergies are.
that. Oh, you wanted a taste?
Yes, please.
I forgot.
See,
And this is my all I want is to hug all the bunnies mug. I've got a headache sitting right here.
yeah, it's weather here. We had some severe rain a little while ago. Not super severe, but very heavy.
Well, I could hear it in my room.
That's as good as I remember it. There you go. All right. Okay, moving on. Let's see here. Oh, I need to get my phone before I forget because I told Cappy. Well, I didn't tell Cappy, but I said I was going to do this.
Oh, okay.
Um,
It's a promotion.
yeah, it is.
We're not getting paid for said promotion.
No, we're not getting paid, but Cappy's been very
But
supportive.
she's a sweetheart. I want to make it clear, like, this isn't like a paid promotion kind of
No,
thing.
this is not. This is not like we're not getting paid to do this. Cappy has been very supportive of my dying. She's been supportive of us when we were all doing things. When Ravelry was the only way to do things, we used to do alongs together. She did a pattern for one of our alongs. So she posted something on Instagram, and I'm going to read this to you so you can get an idea.
me.
I don't do this for everybody, but I wanted to do this
I
for
think
Cappy.
there was a crochet YouTube community, though, that we just weren't aware of.
It might have been.
I think we've just been opened up to a greater community that we weren't. We just didn't
I'm
know
not
about.
sure what you're saying, though. Why are you
Well, you
saying
said
that?
Ravelry was the only place to go.
Well, it was the main place.
Because I think the crochet people might have still been there because...
Well, there was crochet.
Well, no, I mean like in the little YouTube community.
Yeah, but you couldn't do what we're doing.
Yeah.
You couldn't do what we're doing. It would have to, I don't know how they would do it that way. I'm trying to find. Just give me
Probably
a
in the Facebook groups the way
second.
that Crystal does it.
Let me see if I can find this here.
Hi, Crystal. If you're up to watching, I hope you're
Hope you're
doing
feeling
okay.
better. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let me see here. I'm trying to find.
Hope this weather isn't hurting you too terribly.
She tagged me on this. I'm gonna have to go to my other account because I can't find it in this account. Okay, let's see here. Okay, this is from the Yarn and Us, which is Cappy and her husband. She said, "We need some, in brackets, new yarn customers. We are dying here and need some validation. This weekend, this weekend, are willing to totally bribe you. We know we have fabulous yarns because we are told that by every customer. This is your chance to try our dyed to order yarns. 10% off one skein, 15% off 2 skeins, 20% off 3 or more skeins. We have some other surprises planned as well. You will need to 1. Go to our website, www.theyarnandus.com. Okay, that's pretty easy. Theyarnandus.com, okay? 2. Choose one of our 56 Pantone colors. 3. Email us, theyarnandus@gmail.com with your choices and number of skeins. However many you want. We will invoice you for your purchase. This offer is for dyed yarns only, okay? So this is a really good offer. She's got really pretty yarns, and having a percentage off is good, right? I mean, it's only for this weekend, and I thought I'd help her out because, she's just a sweetheart, and her yarns are really good. So you might want to check that out, okay? So there, Cappy.
She dyed that really pretty one for you, right?
She did. I'm not.
You've
working
used
it.
it in something, haven't
I
you?
did. I had a.
Did you give me the leftover?
I'm working a turtle in it. I'm working Tara in it.
Okay, I knew you were using it for something.
I think I'm working Tara in it.
Because if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's gorgeous.
It is pretty, and I can show. I'd have to get up again. I'm not sure what bag Tara's in, but she made me a kit. She made me a kit for the
Is it shawl sheet?
the shawl that she's designed. I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but she made me a kit, and because I don't like mohair, she substituted it with a different yarn. She is just really, really sweet. She's very generous, and she's quite talented. And her husband has jumped on board with this too now. They are kind of a corporation of two. And so if you want to have a
Does he knit or?
He does the, I think he does the loom, not loom knit like my looms, but the machine.
Oh,
hats.
okay, yeah.
I think he does the hats, and I think he does stitch markers.
I thought it was really cool, even though I'm not into that. I thought it was really cool. I think Polly showed. I guess he's just Paul on. I think it's still Polly 81.
We still call him Polly because he's always going to be Polly to us.
But anyway, he showed a knitting machine like a long time ago on his Instagram. It looked really cool. It's not my thing, but I thought it was really cool. I think he had like a short video, if I remember correctly.
Right. So, long story short, Yarn and Us is having a sale, 10% off one skein, 20% off 2, 30% off 3 or more. And you have to email them at theyarnandus I think at gmail.com. I forget what I said. You can go back. If Talia remembers, I'll give her the information. She can put some of that basic information in the Dropbox.
Yeah, don't say if Talia remembers. Talia doesn't remember diddly squats.
No, I'll have to send it to you or whatever. So I don't know how to do that on Instagram though, because she tagged me, but she didn't tag you.
Do you know how to do a screenshot?
No.
Okay,
I'll show it to you and you can do it yourself.
Well, give me the phone. I'll do a screenshot
Well, right
for you.
now, I mean.
Yeah, I can do it while you're talking.
All right. Let me just.
I know your password.
Yeah, but you don't know where it's at.
Yeah, I can find it. Honest.
I have to go back to my other site.
Yeah, I know. I can find it.
She's such a pain in my neck.
I'm trying to help you so you can continue.
All right, moving on. So that I wanted to make sure that we did that.
I basically helped you set up everything on here.
All right, now going on to our alongs. Okay, we have the PHN Charity Cal Lao 2020, and this one is a year-long along. And for those of you who are new, I generally go through the rules almost verbatim on this along, and then whatever alongs we're doing, I make the changes that are necessary for those alongs. Okay. Because our rules are normally pretty much the same. But this one is a year long, and this is our only year long, okay? We only have 1 year long a year. So this is January 1st through December 31st, and projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted with the exception of the masks that people are making for, first responders and all that when we're running out of those masks. If you're making those for people who need them, that's considered a featured item, and it's a sewn item. It's the only one we ever accept. Okay, so we have previous whips are allowed, but must be worked on during the along. Chatter and pictures in the same thread. All charity projects will be accepted, but the dishcloths that are going to Brittany, those masks I was talking about, hats not hate, if that's still going on. That's another featured projects. Any baby items, I don't know if I mentioned that already. Franciscan Gypsy Designs, patterns, Laura Concerts patterns, my yarn, and Laura Concerts yarns. If you're making projects for charity in any of those areas, there are 2 chances at a prize for the FO. If you use my yarn or Laura's yarn with a featured pattern, or how do I say this? Category, like hats not hate or baby, then that's 3 chances at a prize. But you have to use the featured yarn and that featured category or pattern, okay? And it has to be going to charity, okay? You are responsible for your own multiple postings, because sometimes I struggle to keep up with the threads as it is, all right? With all this going on. Let's see here. We do have, it's hashtag PHN 2020 on Instagram if you want to share it on Instagram. And we have prizes. We have 2 prizes for this. We have a left set donated by Mama C, who's Christina. Thank you very much, Christina. She's one of our most generous donors. Thank you very much. And then we have a skein of Araucania yarn donated by Marriott, and she donated that. She gave us a huge couple of donations when we first started doing things. I'm still getting through it. Mm-hmm. So this is one of those, because she just donated a lot of stuff. And it's a really pretty yarn. I can't remember. I know I said I'd get the yarn out maybe this time around, but I didn't. So, oops. I'll try to do it next week, maybe. No promises, okay? I will do my best. All right, so we have prizes there. Cardiac dysautonomia. Okay, same general rules. On all our longs, unless otherwise stated, Talia's patterns, Laura's patterns, Laura Concert, my yarn, Lady Fernico Creations yarn, my pattern, I should say my pattern for the other one as well, my one pattern, and Laura's yarn or patterns. Okay, she's Lollipop Girl yarns, and she's, I think, Laura Concert Designs for her patterns. Those are always featured unless otherwise stated. So those are the multiple postings as I stated earlier. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now this particular cardiac dysautonomia is like our other longs. They run only 3 months. They're quarterly along. And let's see here. No sewn in this because that's only for the charity along.
The one?
The one. Hashtag PHN CDA 2020 on Instagram. I forgot to mention the other one whip per project per week in the FO whenever it's finished. That's all across the board. Let's see here. The colors are what is important here. It should be shades of red, shades of pink, white, black, or shades of blue or teal or turquoise, that kind of color, shading more towards the blues, because these are the colors that are dysautonomia, cardiac type of things. Okay.
I'm going to text these to myself. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. All right, so that's that. Let's see. I already mentioned the patterns. We do have prizes. I just haven't pulled them yet. Okay. Now, tortoise versus hare. We have been doing this with Laura Concert since she started it years ago. This is her baby. So, if you want to check out her rules. Now, for all of these alongs, you need to be members of the groups to which you are participating, okay? In which you are participating. That's kind of a no-brainer, but just in case some of you newbies might not realize that we actually have groups here. Really, seriously, when I first started, I wouldn't have known.
No. I'm only laughing because you called them newbies.
Well, they're new to our group.
I know, but it just made me smile.
Why?
Because it did.
Are they obies?
It just made me smile. Obies? What's an obie?
I don't know. Oboehead?
I'm an oboehead, not anyone else.
Yes, you're an oboehead. Well, Daddy says he's an oboehead.
Oh, okay.
So you
Well,
come
then
by
it's
naturally.
genetic.
Genetic. Okay. Anyway, tortoise versus hare. She asked us to do this again this year, along with B-Wing, who is Brittany, and it runs along the same time period as the cardiac along. It's for the same 3 months, so it ends on September 30th, I think it is.
There, you sent me a reminder text because you are amazing.
Okay.
And you multitask very,
January,
very
February,
well.
March, April, May, June,
There's 31
July,
days.
August, September, the end of September. So November 1st is when we start our new alongs, when we get to those alongs. So we have another full month of this. I can't believe we're already looking at September. Anyway, okay. So the tortoise versus hare, as it says, is anything to do with bunny rabbits, tortoises, turtles, bunnies, hares, whatever. It can be bunnies alone, turtles alone.
Bunnies.
Shush.
Bunnies.
Are you going to be quiet for 5 seconds?
Bunnies.
Enough. Okay. Bunnies or turtles? Bunnies and turtles. Bunnies versus turtles. It can be, I'm going to hit him. Okay? There are, you derailed me. Stop it. Okay. I don't know what I was going to say.
Bunnies or bunnies?
No,
Bunnies
stop
versus
it.
bunnies.
Stop it. Okay. When you get brain fog, guess what I'm going to do?
Except I'm a lot more pathetic when I get brain fog.
I can be very irritable when I get brain fog. You won't like me when I'm irritable.
Don't worry, I'll become so foggy that I won't know the difference.
Anyway. Okay. I don't remember what I was saying or how I was saying it, but anyway.
I was just thinking about bunnies, so I don't know either.
I'm going to put you out of the room when I'm doing this so I can do this with some semblance of normalcy. Okay. Anyway.
Well.
No. Not even remotely.
Cool.
No, not even remotely.
This is her thing when she's feeling coos.
Anyway.
You probably did that when you were a kid.
No, I didn't. I learned it from a friend of mine in Texas. When we both had little babies, and that was what we did. That's what we did with her little boy and Davina. Okay. Anyway. All right, so long story here. I'm trying to move forward.
Long story long?
I'm trying to move forward. Somebody keeps pushing me backward. We have 3 months to do this. We're on the last month. Turtles and bunnies. B-Wing is co-host. We're a co-host. Laura is the main host. You have to be a member to the group to which you are posting these things. For Laura, she has it on Ravelry, Facebook, email. I think that's it. Instagram. I think she has it on all those places. You can ask her for updates. She's everywhere, so you can ask her. She's very accessible.
Bunnies, we need to pick it up. We're not starting to go on fire.
Yes.
And this is like our chance for the bunnies to actually win a year. So we really need to not let her push the turtles.
Well, I have some things that are close. Like I have 2 biddies that are almost finished, and
No.
so we'll have to see. Anyway, I'm not good about posting though. So anyway, I have several turtle things that I'm working on. I just haven't posted.
Well, I haven't done any whips. I'm very bad about doing whips.
I want to start all the things.
Well, I'm bad about posting my whips.
But the whips don't count.
They have partial credit.
Oh, do they? Since when?
She mentioned it on our Zoom.
Oh, well, I wasn't there for that. I don't remember.
Yeah. I think it was just me, her, and Brittany at that point. I think you had left.
So, anyway.
It doesn't count for a full bunny or anything.
We have Okay, we have featured patterns are all Talia's bunny or turtle related patterns, whether they're toys or not. Well, just like always, anything that is Franciscan Gypsy Designs, Lady Fernicle Creations, or Laura Concerts stuff, her yarn and
thing.
patterns, her thing. Those are all featured. So it's 2 chances at a prize if it's just one of those things, either yarn or pattern that's finished, and 3 chances at a prize if it's the yarn and the pattern together. But it has to be somehow related to turtles and or bunnies. Okay? And we do have prizes. One of them has been donated by Laura. She is donating a mini set of her That's Like So Totally Rad set. That's Like So Totally Rad.
Sounds like something Mikey would
Her
say.
neon set. So that's pretty awesome. I've seen that set. It's really bright. And if you watch Cozy Up Knits, they have some.
Oh, yeah, do
So
they?
they were using it, so that's kind of fun.
That's kind of cool.
Okay, and these will be either in fingering or DK. I think winner's choosing a fingering or DK, so that's really generous of her. 10 grams each skein. So that's kind of cool. Okay, thank you, Laura, for that.
Guys, you could probably do a bookmark with that.
Oh, more than that, it's more than one skein.
Oh, it's more than one skein.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, like with the different colors. 'cause
Right. You could do a bookmark. You could do your cozy memories things. I think it'd make one square
Ornaments.
if it's knit.
That also depends on the size of your square.
Okay.
Like, some of those fingering weight squares that Kay does can be pretty small.
Yeah. Okay, now 25 minutes later, we are moving into
that's pretty normal for us.
Okay, moving into rough drafts. Let's see. You getting the tingling?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
That was supposed to be inobvious down here.
I can see it. All right, the nothing is unobvious, whatever you want to call it here. In my
Unobtrusive.
unobtrusive. In my Mickey Mouse, Ploverbird Mickey Mouse bag, I worked on this when we went to physical therapy with Taya. Well, I went with physical therapy with Taya yesterday. And we'll talk about that later. But I only worked a little bit on here. I was hesitant to take it out because it's the first time I've actually been out of the house where I can sit in a place, and I was kind of nervous about it, about using this there. But it's okay. So
Yeah, because I think I might have actually been out just with doctor's appointments, out and sitting in a place more than you have.
So this is in the middle of a row. This is my Colorful Birds wrap from the Show Off Boomerang pattern by April Klitsch. And apparently I've decided to go ahead and do this because now I want to do it again.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
So
You'll find somewhere to put if you don't want to wear it yourself.
yeah. So it might go to charity, might not. But it's working. It's moving
Is it
along.
superwash?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to say, at least make sure it's
I
superwash
think
if it goes
it's
to charity.
superwash. I'm pretty sure it is because I don't generally buy
Non-superwash.
non-superwash, and you don't usually buy non-superwash for me. Let me see here. This is Tess Superwash Merino, 100% wool, 570 yards. Tess Designer Yarns. So,
She's the one I used to get all those mini skeins from.
Yeah.
But after a while, because I picked up so many of her mini skeins, I couldn't find any new ones.
and she didn't have. She was very good. Her yarn is very good, and she's very generous with her skeins.
Hers smell like roses. That one might not, but
no.
her mini skeins, when you unskein them, they smell like roses. So
She might have had a rose sachet. Or
yeah,
something.
whatever or her wool wash might have a rose scent
Right.
to it because that's what it smells like.
And her yarn is very nice. It puts me in mind of Miss Babs for this kind of a skein. But her color palette wasn't, and she didn't have a lot of these. She really didn't have a lot of these bigger ones. And her color palette was just a little different than mine. So after I got this one, which is not even really what I would have chosen, it looked a lot more like what I wanted in the skein than it did. Worked up. It's beautiful. It's just not something I would normally.
well, and some of her colors you would have liked, because some of the mini skeins with the blues and the whites that she has is absolutely gorgeous.
But she didn't have it in the skeins I would
she
use.
right in the big ones.
She didn't have them in the big ones. She didn't have them in the weight that I wanted because I'm pretty much a DK person.
I remember when we talked to her, she said she liked doing the mini skeins because then she could just sort of play
Yeah.
a little bit, and then she would just put, and she had them for a very decent price. She had like a wall.
And then she had a little box with where she had some that were like, I don't know if they were on sale or she just kind of had them in there.
Right,
Because
but-
I went through those.
Yeah, the ones that were DK she had in a thing that you could turn.
Well, the ones that were in the box were different weights.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
those are ones maybe she wasn't quite happy with or
I
whatever.
don't know. Or maybe they weren't selling as fast, but we picked up several from there too. So that's the first one. And
Because you had to do 2 because you double me.
yeah. Okay, the next one. I didn't do a lot of work on this. I didn't even get.
And by the way, really quickly, we only saw her at Maryland. She never came to Shenandoah.
No.
I don't know where she's located.
No, I don't
I don't
either.
even know if she has an online presence.
And I could have checked it, but I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah.
It's Tess Yarns.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're interested, because she does do a good job.
in my Silver Shed USA Davina's Owl bags. I love this. Nobody else has a bag like this. Mine. Archimedes, what I call them. Davina did the artwork and did the bag. Wonderful combination. And I only did not very much on this. I was hoping to do 1 a week, but I didn't want to put too much stress on my hands. But I did manage to change colors. I think I only did 2 rows. I was going to do 1 a day. 1 a day, but I only got to do about 2.
You know, it has occurred to me. I wonder if sometimes we should, like, for some really special dates for the podcast, we should, like, re-release one of the old PHM bags that maybe the newer members didn't have a chance to buy, like the blue and red one with, because some people
Blue and red one. Oh, the PHM.
the PHM one, the bit I don't have it out here. I'm looking at
Right.
yours, because it just occurred to me, like, some people, that was an early bag.
And I just had an idea with that regarding that.
Write it down so you don't lose it. It just occurred to me that, you know, we've gained a lot of membership of people, or people at the time who weren't able to get it. And I think for a big membership thing, you know, big number, something important. I don't remember what number we're at. So we're at 417 right now. So either for like 450 or 500 episodes, we should maybe consider re-releasing
Yep.
that bag, because it just occurred to me, like, Anne has the artwork, or we could resend it to her,
Right.
and say, hey, we just want a repeat of that bag that
Right.
you did like
and
an
there
eon
were
ago.
3 colors available. There was the blue that I have, the red that Ty has, and a gray.
Yeah.
And I think either Brittany or Rena might have the gray, and if they do, they can maybe send us a
I
picture.
thought Allison had the gray.
Maybe Allison. One of them has a gray, and you know, then you can see what the colors look like. It's kind of a silver gray, and
That was the color you sent Grandma, right?
it's the color I gave Grandma. So this, anyway, I only did a couple.
So sorry, that took away from your
did.
your thing, but you talking about the bags for Davina just started me thinking about our Davina's artwork and Anne's bags, and then made me think of artwork in general that we've done with Anne's bags.
So this is getting big.
You're a little high.
Well, I have to show them the bottom.
Oh, okay. That was on purpose then. Okay.
Okay, you see the bottom?
I really like this deep brown.
Yeah. It's not really a brown. It's
Is it just with my glasses?
kind of, well, I'm not sure what color it is. Brown, but it's not
It's more of a reddish brown, like a
like a cedar almost.
Oh, what I'm thinking of rust.
Yeah, I thought about that as well. It's not quite a rust, but it's not quite an orange as a rust, but it's. I would say that this is more of a rust here. But it's
I
definitely.
guess this could be a rust.
No, that's gold.
Oh, I'm sorry. With the glasses, it looks more rusty.
This is more rust here. Anyway, this I got to the gold. So it's getting very. You can see in front of me that it's quite. I don't tell you here. You can see it's getting quite long.
Sorry, I didn't know you were going to do that. I'm
you startle?
apparently being jumpy. Yeah.
I didn't feel you startle.
Yeah.
So it's. I really probably don't have too much to go. I'm just trying to see. I want to get to a certain point with the stripe type effect, and we'll see how much yarn that actually uses. I might have more yarn than I thought. I was going to use all the yarn, but I don't know if I'm going to need to.
All the yarn.
All the yarn. So, and this is. I really need to change this bag out.
Oh, yeah. It is kind of getting... Do you have any totes that are free? Or totes that
No.
are holding projects that are too small for them?
Not at the moment. I'm gonna have
Oh,
to
wow,
see.
that is pretty stuff. Hang on, let me see if I can help you.
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to wreck my zipper, so
No,
I'll just.
no. I can do it without wrecking your zipper.
Okay, so that's that.
See?
Like,
I's talented.
I'm going to change that out because I'm afraid it's going to get damaged.
Yeah, you don't want to damage that bag. You guys still have to look through your bags and see what's maybe a little...
I might be able to use my PHM
or
bag.
yeah, because your PHN looks kind of empty. Or if that's too small, something with a drawstring. Like the other...
I think the PHN is an extra large. So it
You
should
might
go
be
fit
right,
it.
because we...
Yeah.
Because
we got some of those.
Well, I was still doing sweaters at that point.
And I was doing blankets.
Because I was primary... For people who are newer, I was primarily a sweater knitter. I started crafting as a sweater person. My first 2 real crochet projects were three crochet sweaters. One for Davina. I think Davina might have been the one I finished first. Then Mom, then me.
I used mine for a robe in the wintertime. Cause
Well, I really made... For one thing, it was
it was double
a
crochet.
shell.
Yeah.
it was a bunch of shells, and it was like a heavyweight yarn. And I don't think I did a very good job with my gauge. So it ended up stretching.
I think when you do a crocheted sweater, you have to be careful with the open work because it is so heavy. A lot of times there are shell stitches involved, and if it's heavyweight, it does weigh down. So
the one I made for myself, it actually has some of the shells. Part of it would snap.
Yeah, I have one. I have, like, especially under the arms. I made a crochet. I mean, this is one of the ones I made, but the one I made.
But this one, I think, because it's not shelled,
Right,
it's holding up better.
It's holding up better. But the other one I made, it's some of the things are snapping. The heavy blue one I made.
And I mean, I think the weight matters too. Maybe if you did shells with a fingering weight.
And this was not meant to be. I had to go, because my gauge was so off, and I have to check my gauge now and see if it's tighter because I'm not pulling as much. If I had to go down from like a worsted weight for this to a fingering weight, and still I was kind of off on the gauge.
Well, I think it probably helped you to go down a finger weight. That's probably what's helping it last.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you.
This one is not my best. This is a Shannon Mullet Bowlesby pattern, and he was phenomenal and
Oh my gosh,
helpful and
yeah.
all that. This one came out of a magazine actually, and
Because he was actually going to let us do promotion for him. He gave us yarn and everything, but that's when I started getting really fatigued, and I just couldn't keep up.
we couldn't keep up. My hands really starting to give me problems. So he told us to keep the yarn.
Because we were going to send it back.
We were going to send it back. He told us to keep the yarn.
So we just promoted his book like crazy.
We did. We promoted his book like crazy. We didn't keep his book. We gave it away because we didn't feel like we'd earned it.
Right.
So we gave it away. He is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And he was very generous in helping us, and he did a promotion with
We
us.
met him through George, I think.
We might have. I don't remember.
And that's 10 Hours or Less
Yeah,
George.
and that's
We haven't
another
met we haven't mentioned our very own George in
a
a
while,
very long
yeah,
time. And
in a
that's
while.
mostly the older members will remember our very own George.
Our very own George, yeah. One of our early members.
10 Hours or Less George. And Shannon Mullet Bowlesby. And he has multiple books. I don't think George does books. I think mostly 10 Hours or Less is online.
I think it is. And Shannon Mullet Bowlesby has classes.
He's in magazines.
He has classes on Craftsy, or did, and they're starting to reopen Blueprint Craftsy now. And
I think
with
they're going to have a
classes
new
stuff.
app.
Yeah, I think so. But they also on the Craftsy, etc. I don't know if they're going to have solid stuff like yarn and stuff again, but they are definitely going back with the classes and things like that. It looks like we're going to be able to have
I'm
our
just
libraries.
glad that we're not losing everything.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. So, but he had classes, and now I don't have to rush through them because I have classes on design from him and all kinds of stuff. He's well worth looking into his patterns. He writes a very clear pattern. Him and George both. George talks about how to go from one yarn, one weight to another weight.
George, my first baby blanket I knit was that the first one I knit? Yeah, I think it was. The first one I knit was George's. Or at least it was the first one I super enjoyed. It was 2 yarns held together and had a big heart in the middle.
Yeah.
Nicole, Blast, I can't remember her old Ravelry name.
Nikki 18 something.
Jameson.
Oh no, that Nicole. Yeah. We had a lot of Nicoles in our group for a while.
She got that, I believe, for one of her little girls when she was born. I believe I gave it to her.
Okay.
But he does very awesome patterns, and he's very helpful. George was instrumental in helping me learn how to write a pattern. He looked over my very first crochet pattern and told me if it was clear or not.
And the thing you have to understand with these people, just like you have to understand with people like Heidi or Jenny from Marigold Jen Yarns, helping you to get started in a field that's already saturated, that they're in, and they did it anyway.
Right, because they're just awesome
Because
people.
they're awesome people, and that's just amazing to me.
Right.
It's something that I
Right, because George was like, yeah, just send it to me and I'll proofread it for you. I'm like, I love you. You are an amazing person.
Yes, we had a lot of. We were blessed with.
He was kind of like a mentor.
Yeah,
of sorts.
It's fabulous when you find people like that you can find who are willing to share their knowledge, even though.
So please check out George
And
Shannon because these guys are awesome designers, awesomely nice people.
And in case you are wondering, you don't know who they are. Shannon is a male. Okay.
Right, it's Shannon
Mulbert.
I know Shannon can be a guy's name. I just am not familiar with what culture it is.
I think it's Scottish.
Is it
think,
Scottish?
I don't know.
So, because there are some names that aren't used as commonly for guys now, but it is still guys.
Yeah, it's a guy's. He is a guy. I know. When I first heard the name, and I didn't know who the designer was because of the hyphenated last name, I thought it was a girl. But Shannon is a male, and he is very talented.
Very talented.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so after our very long, although I thought that was important because I always love promoting our, good friends to the podcast.
I do too, and the reason I don't want you to think that it matters to me if it's male or female. I just want you to be surprised. Say, oh, this is not who I thought. I thought.
Or if you find him to be like,
you think it's the wrong person,
right? We want to make sure Shannon gets business that you find the appropriate person. Although I doubt there's another Shannon Mulbilsby out there.
Right, I doubt it. But just
in case there is.
Just to clarify, so you know.
If there is a female Shannon Mulbilsby and a male one, the male one is the one we're talking about.
The one we're talking about. We're not saying the other one isn't good. We don't know.
We have no idea. If there is even such a person. Hypothetical person. Other Shannon. Don't spit up your tea. Are you going to write hypothetical other Shannon as the podcast?
All about the designers.
Oh, okay, because I was like, hypothetical Shannon's is not a good episode name.
It's all about the designers.
Okay, I need to bring it down.
Yes, you're getting flary.
Yeah,
I can't see. With this on, it's hard for me to tell.
I can feel myself getting a little too worked up, so I need to bring down the level.
This?
What this? Oh, yeah, put your hook away. So it's my turn. Let me look at my show notes.
And for those of you who wondered why I did this, I am constantly leaving my hook
in the wrong bag
on the table, and then forgetting what bag it goes in.
And for people who are new to me, if I get overexcited or whatever, I can flare myself up.
She has dysautonomia, and she's easily
overstimulated. So I have to regulate my own excitement levels, and I'm not very good at it all the time. Because I'm a very passionate person. So
opinionated. Even.
That too. Yes. I'm very opinionated.
Very opinionated.
Okay, let me bring up my show notes.
Stubborn even.
No, that's someone else you're thinking about.
Stubborn even.
No stubbornness here.
Yeah, Liz. Isn't she stubborn? Yes! Stubborn! That's it!
My friends are horrible people. No, they aren't. They're really awesome.
Elizabeth is like another daughter. She's hysterical.
Yes.
She went to school with Talia.
Yes, she did. And then she moved in this area, and she's still in the area, but not in our town anymore.
Yeah.
Because I think she moved by now.
I think they were moving a couple weekends ago.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I kind of lost track of time. So, this is a knitting podcast, and in this knitting podcast,
we talk about friends and designers.
We talk about knitting at points.
Sometimes.
Well, at least the designers was related to knitting and could be potentially helpful. Oh, and that's for crochet people too. 10 Hours or Less does crochet and knit.
And Shannon does crochet. I don't know if he does.
Right. Knit. I don't know if I think Shannon might be primarily crochet.
I think he's primarily crochet, but he might have branched out.
So that's because I know we picked up a lot of crocheters recently. So I do want to point that out. And George, I haven't done as many Shannon, so I can't speak to Shannon. I just am more familiar with how generous he is. But for George, he is very clear and very helpful. So
and to give you an idea, I think this is the second sweater I made, and it was so easy to follow. This was pieced. It was not,
And Mom is a very hesitant when it comes to newer things. So for her to do this, it means it really was well written for her to feel that comfortable.
I mean, and I like I said, I had to adapt. I had to go down hook sizes.
Did you talk to him or did you talk to George when you were adjusting that?
I don't remember. I may
you talked to one or both of them.
I probably talked to Shannon because by that time we were already discussing the book, I think.
Oh, well, okay. I thought it was after you finished the sweater that you guys started discussing.
Maybe. Because we were promoting his patterns a lot already. So I don't know.
It must have been because you were making them because I wasn't doing a whole lot of crochet at that point. Anyway. I still don't do a whole lot of crochet anymore, guys. This is my yes, I'm looking up my own information from my pattern that I made. This is Grandma's Christmas stocking. This is my Lovebirds. Yes, I am. I'm having a little bit of foggy. Lovebirds Christmas stocking, designed by me. I'm actually at the point where I stopped in the middle. Like I went to the last needle and then I have to knit this last part. But I wanted to stop there because when I do an instructional video for the Patreons, I want to finish this last row and then start into putting in the waste yarn for walking through the process of Afterthought Heel.
See, I wanted you to do something that showed how to put a lifeline in, because I had the worst time
Make
doing
sure
that.
you write something down, because I will try. I don't use lifelines, but I'll try to figure out how. I'll try to do something like that for you.
Yeah.
Because I haven't used lifelines. I tried it a little bit when as a new knitter, but I gave up really quickly because it was annoying. So yeah. So the leg is all done. Then after I do the placement for the Afterthought Heel, I can just finish the foot and then complete the Afterthought Heel.
That's very nice.
So, I like the green. I have to admit I like more red better, but that's only because I like red better. It has nothing to do with the green at all. It's not the green's fault.
Apple green.
Well, that's why I chose this, because this is a Mad Tosh green.
Bad Tosh?
Mad Tosh. What do they call it, Mad Tosh?
Madeline Tosh.
Oh, duh. Okay, I need to take a drink of my tea, apparently. But when we were little, and I have no idea why you guys did this. You had encouraged us, and we did this for a while, to call...
She still does it sometimes.
Yeah, we called our maternal grandma Grammy Apple. And she would get all these things with apples from us. So, of course, she had to have an apple green.
Yeah.
And green's her favorite color. So
Yeah.
it can't be a red apple. It has to be.
No, green apple. I mean, it could be a red apple.
But not with her favorite
this is
color being
better.
green.
Her favorite color is green. So
that's why she gets an all green one. And then, Grandpa's is red, just differentiates.
And you have to understand about my mom. She gets excited about these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's her thing. Nobody else has Grammy Apple, just her.
Yep.
It's very important. And not because she's like, oh, I must,
No, I think it's more like it's special to her.
Yes.
There's a skit that it's a Southern humor YouTube video. At the end, they always say "So true, y'all," and they have a little video about where it's a skit where this elderly lady who always plays a grandma goes and she's trying to pick out her grandma name, and they choose it by picking out like these different little plaques or whatever, and that's going to be their grandma name. And then one lady returned it because the kid couldn't pronounce it. So
how funny.
and the lady, while she's making her decision about what grandma name, she's picturing what that means in her head.
Right.
It was really a cute video. I like their skits. They tend to do things like the Southern goodbye, where they start saying goodbye and they get start talking again.
I mean, like what we did in the
Yes, exactly. And they do it by these. The way they showed is these two guys want to burgle this house, and they know this couple usually goes to bed early, but they have guests over, and they keep waiting for them to leave, and they end up staying all night until the cops see them loitering out there. And they arrest them, and like, okay, good, we're finally gonna go arrest. And Lay's like, oh hey, you want some pie? They're like, no. So check them out. I'm sure if you look up So True, y'all, they'll show up, but it's Southern humor, and they're just hilarious.
Okay. In my PHN Chameleon bag.
Oh, hang on, real quick. Silvershed USA Peanuts Christmas.
Silvershed USA Chameleon bag. PHN Foot in the Woman Cave. Okay, now, this is my At the Bottom of the Hill scarf project. And this is just a pattern that I modified by eyeballing it. You can see the progress I made from this little thing here. And this is how much yarn I have left. This is James C. Brett Chunky or Super Chunky or whatever that is. And I like this yarn. We've used it for multiple things. I'm a little bit tied up. I'm not sure why I'm all tangled up here.
Tangled up in blue?
No, tangled up in whatever this color is. And so this is kind of a test run for something I might be doing as a pattern to be released. I just have to figure out how I'm going to work it. I have a couple of ideas in my head. There we go. I think, yes. So here we go. Put this in the center where it belongs. So this is a large skein for a chunky weight. I think it's like 300 and some odd yards, 350, 370, something like that, yards of a chunky, bulky kind of yarn, which you don't see.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, and it was very reasonably priced. It's 100% acrylic, I believe.
I'm not just playing on here. I forgot to add something to my show notes.
So this, sorry about the clanging. These are in size 10.5, I believe. And this is the front. So you can see the pattern. kind of looks like pebbles or something. And it's not striping, but it does this gradating kind of thing.
Well, it's a fun yarn to work with.
It is. And I've got multiple colors up there in the back of the, behind you guys. Although I have two of a blue, I have a gray, I don't know if there's
Well,
a
if you
dark
start
gray.
running low, Mom, because you use bulky a lot more than I do have some.
Yeah, no, but you like to use that for things too.
I haven't used it a whole lot, though. If you end up needing some, let me know.
Yeah.
And if I end up needing some, I'll let you know.
Right. I might, if I could get the
It's not
pattern.
like you don't give me yarn all the time.
Yeah. If I like what I come up with later, I might make this my charity scarf because it's on huge yarn and 10.5 needles, and it'll go relatively quickly if I work on it. And
Did you notice though? If you work on,
Yeah.
that's the key.
Yeah, funny how that works. It's got a nice texture to it, and it would be fun. It's just something I don't really have to think about. So
And that is, we are very fond of things that we don't necessarily have to think about.
too many things to think about.
Was that
Okay.
second?
No, it's one.
Okay.
Okay, my next one is my Pesty Westy Baby Blanket Project from the Migraine Baby Blanket by Talia. And it's in my Silver Shed USA green Star Wars at bag. And
Itchy.
this is Red Heart with Love in the Peacock colorway. And I'm not sure I have enough to finish this with the changed dimensions, but I'll just make it a little smaller if I have to.
Right.
So,
Yeah, because I registered that the original width I gave was incorrect, and if I kept the measurements that I had, people's blankets were going to be a little bit more square, and I wanted it to be a little longer.
so what this might end up being is somebody's lovey. But you can see, I love this color. And it's coming up a little more blue than it actually is. It's actually a teal.
And yes, guys, maths for England and math for America is very important for pattern writing.
Yes.
I didn't realize that they call it maths until
Yeah, if you listen to Bryony Bears, to Kay,
Yeah.
she will say maths.
And I'm not quite sure why they do. I'd be interested to know why it's plural there.
So this is the front. You can see. And because this is acrylic, it kind of bunches a little bit. But
Well, that's why I don't do color work in acrylic, because you can't really. It's really hard to block.
Yeah.
And color work can tend to bunch until, even if you're working it completely well, if you have a lot of switching of colors in small spaces, like in that stocking, I have areas that are bunched. Until I block it, they won't smooth out.
And if your tension's just a little off, it will bunch.
Yeah.
It's just
So it's
And I think certain yarns are worse for that than others.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like the Red Heart, that Red Heart is bad for it, whereas James C. Brett not so much.
Well, I'm wondering if it has something to do with maybe a looser ply.
Possibly
Because I think that James C. Brett is a pretty loose ply, which makes it pretty forgiving.
I didn't notice any problem when I was using I Love This yarn or that Lion brand yarns that I like so much and you like so much. The
I don't. Oh yeah.
what I forget what it's called. Not Heritage. Heartland.
Heartland. Yeah.
Okay, that's it for me.
Okay, so next for me is in my Maryland sheep and wool bag. I moved this project because I needed a different bag. Needed the other bag, and also I needed something that would travel a little bit easier. Maybe carry some extra things for my doctor's appointment. So, this is my migraine baby blanket.
Same blanket I'm doing, but different size.
Yep, this is the middle size. It doesn't get a whole lot of work, mostly a little bit on Sundays, so I can stay awake during church. And this is a turquoise colorway.
It's pretty.
And as usual, I use Pound of Love, which is a Lion Brand yarn. Lion Brand tends to be my go-to acrylic. For some reason, theirs doesn't feel quite as
Waxy or something.
waxy,
Yep.
because the waxiness bothers my hands.
And I've noticed that more with Red Heart, and I forget what other one. Actually, the one you just got earlier the other day, that one has a kind of a waxier feel to it.
But it's that was Lion Brand, but still
Yeah.
not quite as waxy as a normal.
And I know
Because
it's
all
Lion
of them
Brand.
have a little wax
Right.
to it.
That one
that's the plastic.
That one had more to it than this one did.
Yeah, because
But-
even this, if I do it too consistently, I will get rubbed. But
this doesn't feel like it when you
no,
do
it doesn't feel waxy, whereas some of the other acrylics do. So I tend to prefer Lion Brand.
And I've kind of transitioned. I don't do Red Heart at all, except what's in my stash. I've got rid of most of it.
And Nip picks Brava the worsted weights, and the DK the worsted sport. Doesn't seem to bother me quite as much.
Those are
but
good.
if I go to the bulky, it feels really waxy to me. I can't stand using it.
We have our acrylics that we go to if we want to do something that's not going to be properly taken care
And
of.
what bothers me might not bother you because I have very sensitive. I have a lot of sensitivities, so don't take mine as gospel at all. If you like Red Heart or
I know a lot of people do, especially like Red Heart Love and Red Heart Soft.
if you like Hobby Lobby, because I know you like Hobby Lobby, Mom. I can't use it anymore.
I like Hobby Lobby, but I prefer to use the Lion Brand, like the Heritage
That one's so nice.
and things like that. But
Now that one bothers Laura.
yeah, it does.
She doesn't like. There's something she didn't like about it.
Okay, I mean I
So
have
it's all personal preference.
I have a couple. I don't particularly care for Red Heart, and I don't care for some of the others. Caron Simply Soft is nice to work with.
You see, I used to like to work with that, but now I feel like it's waxy.
Yeah, I don't. There are some yarns that I like that have. I can't work with. I forget what it was. Noro. I don't like working with Noro. It's
I don't think I ever worked with Nora.
I couldn't get it even out of the skein. It just felt really rough. And I might need to give it a chance because it's beautiful stuff.
Well, that one almost shimmers.
Yeah.
And I do like the Caron, the look of the Caron that has that sheen
It
to
does.
it because I did knit a sweater out of
Yeah,
it.
I did a shawl.
before it bothered my hands too much. But the thing with acrylic, it doesn't have a whole lot of stretch.
My Zarina shawl, the one that's the same pattern as I'm giving to Ty and that I gave to Crystal, I made my first one out of that.
Now, I do feel like the softer acrylics do have slightly more stretch because the Caron was not very stretchy, but I think that this baby, when I'm making baby blanket out, and I bet the Heritage is a little bit more stretchy. So I think it probably depends on how much acrylic is in there or something, how they treat it.
You
or
think about
whatever.
it, if you got some kind of a rigid plastic in it or acrylic
Right.
in it, it's going to be. I always think of it as like had like nail polish.
That's a
over
good
it,
way
you
to-
know,
yeah.
kind of holding it stiff. I remember the old Red Heart. My mother-in-law started teaching me how to crochet, and my sister-in-law, and she took me to Kmart, and she always said, "Get
Back
Red
in the
Heart,
days when
get Red-
Kmart existed.
Red Heart, get Red Heart, get Red Heart." So that's what I started with, but it was always very rough.
Well, you always told me Red Heart.
Well, that's what I learned with it. I didn't know there was other stuff.
Yeah.
You know? I didn't know other stuff. Okay. I need some tea. You've come a long way, baby. Okay.
Come a long way, baby.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. Chronically Crocheting Llama Bag. In here.
Llama.
In
Reference.
here, yes. I started this one. It's a dishcloth for Brittany. You'll find it.
Same.
Huh?
Same. Dishcloth Brittany.
Oh, okay. Not the same one, though.
Oh, heck no.
I need to get it out of here.
Because I don't actually crochet dishcloths.
I like them because they go faster.
Well, also, I only crochet toys. That's it. That's all I like to crochet. I'm not that big of into crocheting.
So
This is
here's my square. I'm calling this a teal because I can't find the color on the band. So this is a teal, and
It's pretty.
I'm about.
Is that the one that is dishy?
This is dishy.
Dishy? You didn't have a teal that was just blue.
This is not blue. My dishy blue is here.
Oh, okay. I can't remember what color that was.
It's a blue green. It's definitely a blue green.
Yeah, I can't remember what that was. Maybe it was teal.
I don't know. It
Maybe
didn't
it was
ha-
called teal.
It didn't have a color on it. I don't think.
They always have color on it.
Oh, I didn't see
It's
it.
hard to find. Do you have the band still in there?
I don't know.
I will discover for you. Because it is hard to find sometimes.
I don't want you rooting in here because I have stuff in here.
You have stuff in there.
But
Stuff that you're hiding?
no, I'm not hiding anything. I just don't want to. I want to be able to find what I'm looking for when I get to that point.
Still haven't found
Dishy.
what I'm looking for.
That might be it. I don't know. I have a bunch of dishy in here, so
Blue.
that's the blue one. That's this one. I don't know. Well, it's not important. No,
I'll
don't.
be very careful.
See how she bosses me around?
That doesn't feel like it. Here's one.
That one. No, that's.
That's not it. I'm just feeling by what a tag would be. Ah, there we go. Good job, Mom.
Well, that might be the mint one.
I'll be able to tell you in a second. That is the mint one. Wow, you were really violent in taking off this tag for the mint one.
No, it broke.
You were like, rip that thing off.
It broke.
Whereas you were just like gently removing the blue. You can tell what mood she was in with the mint.
Mint, mint, mint.
Mint, mint. That is actually not a reference anyone will get.
I will show you mint in a little bit.
I'll root in here and you show them mint.
Don't lose my hook.
I won't lose your hook. I say, abruptly losing. You okay?
Yeah, I just lost my balance.
Whoops, down goes the light.
Down goes the light. If you don't behave.
Yeah, it's really bright light, Mom. Not something you want in your face. Wow, you have like a collection of tags.
This is mint.
And he just pops around going mint, 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 mint.
Mint, 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 mint.
Ah, there it is.
Mint, I modified a pattern to make mint. I forget who it was. We used to do a lot of her patterns. She had a bunch of free ones. They were all
Yeah, she had a
little-
website.
She was so cute, her patterns. I wish we could better promote her, but I can't.
I can't remember her website name.
There.
It's Kenai. Kenai?
Can I?
Kenai. That's
Which
the
is-
colorway.
Which to me is a seaside, like it sounds like Hawaiian or seaside or something.
I'm going to
so-
stick all your tags in this pocket here.
Okay. Where's my
Your hook is on my lap. Do you know that you have another hook in here?
Yeah, don't mix them up.
I won't, but I just want to let you know you had one there in case you weren't aware.
It's the same size, but oh, this is yours.
What are you doing taking mine?
This
I
is,
help you, you try to steal my yarn.
Well, I thought it was out of my bag because it was under the opening. This,
But you don't get orange.
I have some. Well, I have some red.
But this isn't the kind of orange you would have picked up. I'm trying to read.
Well, I pick it up for dishcloths and stuff. Anyway, okay.
This is tangled.
This hook, they're both the same size, but for some reason this one is easier to work with.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was giving me trouble with my hands, and I was like, okay, I'll just use this one. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. We're rambly today. 2, 4,
We are
5.
rambly today.
So I have to do another one?
Yeah, because I have 3 left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just have one more. Okay. All right, the next one is my Turtle Tracks blanket from the Melissa Mosaic Baby Blanket pattern by Talia, and I can't show it to you. Okay.
Yeah, because that's a secret.
It's a secret. Okay.
So, I'm going to follow suit by showing a secret. So then it can pop back over to her.
Secrets.
In my Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival bag is my commission knitting, which I'm not doing commission knitting again because la. But I am getting a good pattern out of it. I'm working towards 40 inches. I need to have it done by October 1st. I want it done before then so I can get it to her.
You're close.
I hit 30 inches last night.
And how many do you have to have again? 40?
40.
Okay.
But I think I go to 39 and then I don't have, then I have something very simple.
Just a simple.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm so close, guys. Yay. And then I'll be free. Free.
That's my free.
Free.
Jazz hand freeze? Free! Okay, sorry guys. I'll be okay. Okay.
No, she won't.
No, I won't. Okay, in my Knitter's Magic owl bag.
That wasn't even like a convincing lie.
Where's my Knitter's Magic owl
I
bag?
don't know where your under's bag, magic owl bag is. I can't even say it.
I thought I had it.
Do you need to get up and get it?
I thought I had it.
Well, what does it look? You have an owl bag?
It's a Knitter's Magic owl bag.
I don't know if
But
no, that's not it.
That's
a different
it. That's it.
That's not Knitter's Magic.
Oh, my Knitter's Magic owl bag. Not my Knitting My Bag owl bag. Knitter's Magic owl bag. That's this one. Okay.
So it was there.
Yes. In my tote bag is my Knitter's Magic owl bag because this is my Not a Cozy Memories blanket. And this is just from the crochet tutorial that KF Jones does. on
Where
the
did this come
crochet
from? Oh, this came from my stocking.
Okay.
I would have missed that DPN. Who
Okay.
attacked me?
I think I had all of these but one last time. These 4. No, I think I had all 4 of these last time. Okay. And then I did these. No, not these. Well, I guess these aren't really finished objects, so I guess I can show these.
Yeah.
Okay, so these plus this one. So this is probably going to be a square.
Because that would be like Dan showing one sock as a finished object.
Yeah. It's a PhD.
A foot.
A FUD. I forget what it's called. Project Half Done.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer that to the other. So this is going to be, pinks and blues. Okay? So that's that.
What was the one that Tilly did? It was all
Plop.
Plop, because it's very convoluted.
Project Long
Long-term, ongoing.
Plop.
Yeah.
She actually, I was looking through some of our older podcasts for whatever reason. It came up, and I was like, oh, let me see what that looks like, And she actually explained it under there because we kept asking. So, yeah, Tilly Trout. I'm not sure if she's still
I don't think so, because she
podcasting.
stopped podcasting many
A long
years
time
ago.
But I thought she had picked it up for a little bit, and then she stopped again. Anyway, so that's what I did I did a little bit on this week. And
She was fun to watch, but I think she found it stressful. She felt like she had to have
stuff
stuff to show.
Mm-hmm.
And, you don't want your craft to be stressful.
No. Okay, so that's that. Oh, do I have one more?
Yeah, I think so.
How many do you have left?
Two.
Two?
Dos.
Then I don't have one more. I have. So
How many do you have?
I have one left.
Oh!
I think I have one left. Let me see here.
Because you had like
Yeah,
five
I have
the
one
other.
left.
Okay. Okie dokie.
I
So
thought
then
I had 8 and you had 4.
I forgot to count.
Oh, that's
the
why.
one I started this
Okay,
morning.
okay.
That's why.
That's why.
But that's still fine. We just do one.
Yeah, that's problem.
So, I had to try to hurry up and finish this row. In my Silver Shed USA Oops the Bunny bag, it's actually a pattern that just got released. Not yesterday, but it was almost yesterday. It was the night before.
Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday night. But I put up like all the promotional stuff. I think it was the next day or something. So yeah, for those people who've been waiting for the bunny butt dishcloth, bunny butt is available. It is in my Etsy shop. I've already had one sale for bunny butts.
Yay.
So yay. It's happy little bunny butt is gone somewhere.
I just saw Flynn Rider.
Yay. So, yeah. I'm just very happy this is released. I am using Dishy because that is what I tend to use. And I had to correct my pattern because I spelled Dishy wrong. It's Dichie.
It's
Wait,
did I say Dishie?
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know why I said C. And I keep wanting to put a Y at the end instead of the IE, so I had to correct it in my pattern. So this color is Fox, and the white is Swan. And I'm almost all the way across my row. I wanted to pick this up mostly because, well, during the podcast I can't work on the one that's a secret project. And, I wasn't at a point in my Christmas stocking where I can knit on it, so I wanted a couple projects I could alternate between. And since Bunny Butt had just been released, I wanted to be able to show a Bunny Butt. Besides which, I need to pick up my Pace for Bunny things. And this goes pretty quickly. It's a good in-between.
I am not doing that one until that's done. Tortoise vs. Hare is over. Because I don't have the aversion that some people do to bunnies. I just don't want to do it during the Tortoise vs. Hare.
So there we go. This wasn't my most inspired color choice, but
It's fine.
In retrospect, I kind of wish I had made the orange the main bunny instead of the white, so we had a white tail instead of an orange tail.
Yeah.
But poor planning on my part.
But Orange Bunny.
Well, it could have looked almost like a brown bunny, you know?
Orange Bunny.
It wouldn't have looked that weird. It's not like a green bunny.
Could have made a peep bunny and made it yellow.
So, yeah. That's so far. I'm headed into Bunny Head.
Okay. Okay, my last one, I did a little bit of work on this. This is in my Kikiboo Bags Holiday Owl bag. I looked at the same time I was watching these podcasts, or I guess I did it yesterday. I caught the one where, I know what I was looking for something, and I caught this one, and where you gave me this bag.
Oh, okay, that's right. Because I did do it. I forgot I did it on the podcast.
Yeah, because you surprised me.
Right, because you had spilled tea on one of your favorite
And I
bags.
didn't realize it until I started talking, but I actually burned myself.
Oh,
when I
did you?
That. Yeah, because I was talking about it. I said, yeah, it's not even red or anything. But here's my little baby hat. It's growing because I actually worked on it.
Wow, amazing how that happens.
And it's just red. And this is Cindy Wood Loom that Laura Concert gave me because she's awesome. And she spoils me. So that's that. Okay, that's all I have to say about that.
Okay, that means I have to first of all pick up my thing I dropped. There we go. So this is, I don't have a whole lot to show for this. Do you think she's out there?
She has aerial ears.
I have to say it loud enough to be heard, so hopefully she won't pick
Yeah.
up on it. I decided to,
I think you can pick up just a little bit.
I decided to pull from Stash, and, well, you guys all know Davina likes silver, I think. That's her current thing. And I pulled one of my old patterns. I'm working on Brat the Kitten. And I am doing, and that's one of Mom's.
Yeah.
I don't think any of mine are over here.
No, I think all the cats up here are mine.
Yeah. Except for the black and white one.
Right, because I wanted that one.
But that was just a small version of,
This is Patches.
that's a small version of Selena. But this is the Brat the Kitten pattern. I am using, this is a Christmas present. So I have some time.
I gave you that, right?
Yes, you did. Plymouth yarn, core colors spun, knitting worsted weight, and the colorway is drifting. I have two
Yeah, what did I
skeins of
use
that.
for? What did I use that for?
You gave it. You made my bear out of it.
Oh, that's right. I think I made Daddy a scarf too out of it. Or
You might
something.
have. Then there's just some random black acrylic that I happen to have for part of the eyes. And then I found, I think this might be undead yarn.
Yes, that's Undead Yarn.
Hopefully that'll be enough.
I think that's Undead Yarn.
I wonder if I'm gonna have to go for a darker blue.
You might.
And that might be too subtle.
This
I might,
feels like Undead Yarn.
I might have to go for a little. I think she'd like a brighter blue too. So I might end up changing.
Although it does go with it all
It does go, but I think it's too subtle.
A little too hot.
That's way too subtle. I'm going to choose a different blue for the eyes. I'm sure I have something somewhere.
And it's not because we don't like. She doesn't like Undead Yarn.
No, it's just it's a color. It's a shade. It's too light against this. I like a little bit more pop
Yeah.
when I'm doing the eyes because
So do I.
I just want it to stand out, and I think she would like it better. So I need to choose a different blue for the eyes. So blue for the eyes upcoming. Well, that's a good place to stop because I have one more row, and then I have
Nice.
to head into the eyes. So
Good thing you figured it out.
yeah, I think I would have figured out pretty quickly after putting it in that I didn't like it.
Yeah, but then you have to tear it out. You know.
Oh, it's crochet.
Yeah, it is. But still,
Um,
wasted effort, wasted spoons.
But yeah. So I have plenty of time. I hate to say plenty of time. I have time to work on this. And she'll be delighted. She misses having toys coming in.
Yeah. Not that she has a what's it, a deficit of toys.
No, she doesn't. But that I used to be her free source of toys, and because she knew
Stuffed
that
toys.
Stuffed toys, she knew that it didn't count toward the amount that she was allowed. So it was
Yeah.
kind of her way of getting around the rule of how many toys she could have at one time.
She has a rule
About
we
how
had
many
to put in
stuffed
place
animals.
how many stuffed animals she can have, except if Ty makes one or I make one for her.
Because
So-
otherwise, her rule will be nothing but stuffed animals.
Yeah, yeah,
So there had to be a cap put on it.
yeah.
But if it's handmade, she knows it doesn't go toward the count. So she was missing her handmade toys.
Yes.
And she didn't want this one originally because he was a kitten and a little bit fatter.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'll tell her that he's a fluffy one. Like, Maine Coon?
Yeah. Like a.
Are those the gray fluffy ones?
They're pretty fluffy. They.
They are generally big cats,
Yeah,
too.
they are. Himalayans are as fluffy. I
But
think.
Himalayans is the wrong coloring.
Well, you can just whatever.
She would know.
Yeah,
She's a
yeah.
cat person.
She is, but you.
Oh, and I'm calling him Swift.
Swift.
I mean,
Oh,
she'll
love it.
probably name him something different.
She might name him Quicksilver, but
Yeah.
but anyway, that's that. That's fun.
But I wanted blue, and it has a little bit of blue undertone anyway. But I wanted blue because if you look at the Quicksilver uniform, it's silver and blue, at least in the comics.
Right. It's a cute little. It'd be a cute Russian blue, which is actually kind of.
Oh, well, there you go. The Russian blues aren't fluffy.
They aren't, but maybe we say she mixed a Russian blue with something.
That's true. You could say it's a mixed,
It's a mixed breed, Russian blue and a. I don't know.
because then that'll make up for because she likes to have like romantic things with her toys.
Yes,
They-
and she likes having realistic. So if she doesn't think that the color's realistic, she'll shut off on it. But if you say it's a Russian blue that was mixed with maybe a Himalayan or something that had more fluff,
yeah.
then that might do it for her.
Because she studied like cats hardcore on her own when I was studying snakes as a kid. So she knows everything about cats. I know a lot more about cats than a person who didn't actively study cats should.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on.
because of her.
What's next?
Next is a drink of my tea because I'm really hungry all of a sudden.
Next is what?
Drink of my tea.
No, what's after that, though? You said something.
That's all I said because I'm hungry. Next is usually.
I've got graphic novel next.
Okay, then go ahead.
Okay, I did do a little bit of card making, just one card. And I need to take it out of here so you can't see who it's to, because I've already written it. I didn't think I was going to be able to show it.
But we weren't able to get the package off when we expected to.
It's a good thing because I want to put a little more glue down there. So here's what it looks like.
Oh, that really turned out well, Mom.
I can't show you the inside. There's not a whole lot on the inside anyway because the note's on the inside, and I don't want to give away who it's to, and I don't want to show the note. So that's what I did. One card.
Yeah, we're now making this a section because I feel like Mom does have a natural talent for the card making.
So I just want to make sure I touch this up a little bit because I had to reposition the backing, and I think I need to put a little more glue there.
Do you have enough card making stuff?
I have a fair amount. I'm going to look at some tutorials and stuff because I want to branch out a little bit. I didn't know how to use those plastic die cut things. They're just plastic. They didn't look like, I just couldn't figure out what they were for. And I was watching a random thing and said, oh, that's what they're for. So you can get like multiple colors and stuff. It's really interesting. I don't know enough about it to explain it at this point.
Okay.
But it kind of re-sparked my interest in making cards because I can't draw, so I have to do other things for my cards. And, it may be that I don't ever do anything except give them to people, but that's fine. It's fun.
Well, if you decide that there's something in your shop, great. If not, you're having fun with it.
Yep.
And you're branching out in an artistic way that's slightly different.
Yep. And if anyone would have told me I was getting this involved with art stuff, I would have said, ha 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 ha. I'm music and writing, not art. But
So let me go ahead. I have to move out of the Brat the Kitten pattern because I can't do anything else on it because I have to move on to eyes.
are you going to the rosary making? Are you going to be string it or?
Yeah, I think so because since we put your card making there, I think we should have rosary next.
Then you should probably put the beads and string right after that.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to go do the facilities. I'll be right back.
Okay, do you need me to pause?
Go ahead and talk about your rosary.
Okay, so first there is a whip rosary. I got my big special order out, so now I'm basically working whatever I feel like working in between rows of my blanket. What was I going to say? So I'm working whatever I want to work between rows of my blankets. I got out all of my special orders. So hopefully the shop will start filling up again if people are interested in looking. Or if you get ideas and you want special orders based on things that you've seen on my Instagram. I'm totally open to special orders for rosaries and chaplets and such. It's not anywhere near as stressful as doing knit special orders or crochet special orders. So this is just beginning. It's a little monstrance with a gold paracord, excuse me. And let me show you what the crucifix will look like. I really love this one. I'm still trying to figure out what name I want for the rosary. So in the back, it looks like it has maybe pictures of different churches or something in Rome. Because on the bottom says Italy, and it has a bunch of buildings at each, like one on the top, one on the bottom, and then on each side. So I'm not sure what those buildings are. It's been a very long time since I've been in Rome. I haven't been since I was a little kid. And then I really love this crucifix. You have, of course, Jesus on the cross, but behind him you have God the Father sort of holding up the cross and the Holy Spirit above. So that'll be the cross for this. I haven't seen this cross before, so I really like it.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty.
And I have several of those.
That's the Trinity Cross.
The Trinity Cross, yeah. And Mom, look, in the back it has like all these buildings I think are meant to be in Vatican City or something.
That's cool. I have to put my glasses on to actually see them.
I can't tell what they are. It's been too long since I've been, but I'm pretty sure that those are buildings in Vatican City. I mean, that would make sense. Mm-hmm. But that's my whip. And this has now become my rosary bag, the owl bag, because it has... I wasn't using the pockets for a while, but the pockets are useful here. The ones that are like, what we used to call, needle adjacent?
Yeah.
go in the main part of the bag. Like this one is needle adjacent, for lack of a better term. Then one pocket holds my scissors, and I have a little tool I actually stole from a nail care thing. I didn't know what to use a tool for nails.
Manicure set.
Yeah, manicure set, but this tool is really useful actually for getting, some of my beads don't have all the fillings out, so I push the fillings out with this little tool I stole from that kit.
It's a poker.
Yeah, and then I also have my rosary making tool in here, in that same pocket. And then my biggest pocket, outside of the main part, carries whatever rosary I'm currently working on. So it separates everything nicely. So that's my...
The Clover Bird Holy Rosary bag.
Yes.
The Holy
Owl bag. And then this holds the ones that are going to go in the shop.
Yeah, you should. I think you showed that when we first started.
Yeah, the Batman.
Because we talked about how
it was maybe not quite appropriate, but oh well. I had made 2 of these because one in wood, one in metal, because Lydia had made a special order for a child, and I thought Guardian Angel might be a nice theme, but I wasn't sure she'd like the wood or the metal better, so I made both. She liked the wood, so I sent that on to her, but that's why I have lime green, because that's the color she wanted. I think it would be really cute in a blue, like a pale blue or a baby pink. Mm-hmm. It's Guardian Angel, so you've got a Guardian Angel centerpiece, and then you've got these little cute child praying angels as the Our Fathers. So, that's this one. It's a little more challenging to make, but it is cute. Then the other one that I made as an alternate, not that one, this one. And I call this one, It Is Finished. This is purely black. Mm-hmm. And it was an alternate option because she wanted one with this nail and Crown of Thorns crucifix, but she wanted a Marian centerpiece. So I gave her an option of one with the stainless steel and then one with the hematite. And she wanted black cord. Well, she went with the stainless steel one because she liked the centerpiece on that one. But I really like this hematite, this full black.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
It's just so classy. And I have more centerpieces coming in for more in this kind of idea. So, and I have a ton of hematite. It's not quite as heavy as the stainless steel, but it's much heavier than the wood still.
Let's get the ones out that you've already used.
Oh, yeah. So then, because I completely ran out of my Behold the Man, I made several types of them. I'm going to have to make one more with a black cord in both the stainless steel and the hematite. So here's the stainless steel one, and you've seen this one multiple times because I have this one. So this is the Behold the Man in the normal stainless steel and red. Put that back in here. Then here's Behold the Man in hematite with the what did they call the I can't remember what they called this. The color, it's
red?
the black.
Oh, the black.
I
okay.
can't remember what it's called. But the black centerpiece and crucifix, it's the same crucifix and centerpiece as the other one. It's just dark. So I really like it, the dark and the red. Then, because I have so many purple people, and it does fit with the Bible verse I put in the listing. It says something about how the verse leading up to the point where Pilate says, "Behold, a man," talks about how they scourged Jesus and then put a purple robe on him. So here's the purple for the purple robe. And that's a normal stainless steel with a silver colored centerpiece and crucifix. And then here's the hematite version. You said you liked the hematite one. Mm-hmm. And again, this is a purple cord. Now, but the hematite darkens it up a lot. And I do think you're right, Mom, would be very nice in the black as well. Mm-hmm. And all these will go into my main box where they'll fit a little bit better. So,
a little bit longer.
Yeah. That's because I had to do more knots with this one.
Right.
But yeah, I got a lot of it done because it's a good stress reliever for me when I have a lot of commission work. The rosary commission work isn't too terribly stressful. I've had other commission work that takes a lot of brain power, and this doesn't. So this is very relaxing. And also I need breaks in between the blankets sometimes.
Okay, let's move on because I hear Daddy moving around.
Yes.
Let's
So that
see.
leads on to FOs.
FOs. I only have one. How many do you have?
One.
And here's this. Let me find my bag.
Oopsie, I
that
forgot
has
to
it.
put that back in my
Okay.
rosary bag. I don't want to lose this.
And my Chronically Crocheting Mama bag, which I absolutely love. Thank you, Crystal. She made this for me. It was really a surprise. I was so excited to get it. I have one of these finished. Actually, yeah, this one's finished.
Is that
I
finished?
yeah, I just have to cut it. I didn't have scissors, so I have it still attached.
mhm.
So this is the one I finished. I already had this one, so these two will be going,
Going.
gone, along with the others. I found one of the ones that was supposed to go to Brittany before. I found it in another bag, so I put it in there to go. So
Oh, I need to give you the other bunny one I finished. The one that wasn't my design before I started designing this one.
So this is, I'm going to be slowing down a little on these so I can focus on my blanket, or maybe not. Maybe I'll do
Do
more of
whatever
these.
you want.
Maybe I'll do these and then I'll go a little heavier on the blanket as we get to the winter.
Right. I mean, you'll
So-
just work on what you feel like.
So this is this, because it's not like, this arguably could hurt my wrist more, but I don't have to do the whole thing at one setting.
Right.
I mean, I can do 2 of these in a day if I want to, but I can also do half of one and be fine.
Right.
Okay, so that's good there. All right.
Okay, so then that leads on to my FO. I finished, because I couldn't go any farther in the stocking without doing the placement for the After the Heel, and I just didn't have the brain power for it on Sunday. So I didn't, and I didn't have time this past week. I can't remember. I think it was a doctor's appointment, and that was rough. And I had a couple of rough things that happened, so I just wasn't able to focus. I just didn't have time. Oh, then I picked up my editing work for a friend. So, just trying to cobble together, little things here and there. But I finished on Sunday, so I decided, well, I'm just going to finish Davina's hat. And this Sunday I'll probably start mine, which is a yellow one. So this is a Davina hat. And this is in Electric Turquoise, which is a colorway of Miss Babs. It's Miss Babs Tart. Now this is going to look a little bulkier. It's not going to slouch quite as much as it will for her because my clip actually brings my hair out a bit.
It's the same trouble I have when I put mine up.
So, but you could still see a slouch.
Just
to
a little
it.
bit slouch, yeah. She'll have the slouch.
Yeah, she likes a lot of slouched her hats, and that's why I designed this with so much slouch. Because she always had me add more slouch when I made her the Diana's hat. So, yep, I will give this to Davina after the podcast. I told her she couldn't have it until we were done podcasting.
She gets that. She's used to it.
Oh yeah,
She's a veteran.
She's a vet when it comes to that. So, and that's
Okay.
a just cuz hat because
Cause I wanna. All right. Let's see. Okay. Did my card making? I wonder if I actually skipped that and didn't realize. Yeah, it looks like we should have done FOs first.
Okay, well we'll just do that next time.
Yeah, FOs first and then.
And then the different sections, because
Yeah.
then it's knitting and the different sections. That
Right,
makes sense.
yeah.
Okay, we'll just do that next time.
Do you have any royalties?
I do.
Okay.
You do too.
I do.
Oh, that's right. That package was only to Davina and I. One of our aunts sent Davina and I a package with stuff from our grandma as well. And the thing from the aunt, actually, I'll show the non.
I wouldn't go through all the books individually, Talia, because
I'm just going to show them together
yeah, because Dad's gonna want
because I also don't know anything about the books really.
right.
So I'm going to show the books first. My grandma's been trying to, ever since she got me hooked on Poirot, I think she's trying to find the next thing she'll get me hooked on. So she's really been wanting me to read Anne Perry, and I think that I have a couple of the Anne Perry books. I just haven't read them yet.
I thought I had some too. I don't.
So she gave me like 5 of them. I'll probably start with the Christmas one. It's smaller, and it's probably going to be a little fluffier for me then. Because at this point, I don't want to necessarily focus on a whole lot. I don't want a whole lot of surprises. There's a reason I mostly read history books, or like I talked last time with the Timothy Zahn book. I know the characters. Actually, was I reading Timothy Zahn
Yes.
last time? Okay. With the Thrawn book, I know the characters. I know where it's heading. There's not really going to be a ton of surprises. I just can't deal with surprises right now. But I have a feeling, this is... A Christmas Poirot is what got me hooked on Poirot, so I'll try a Christmas Anne Perry, and then I'll go from there. I just had to make time to read it. Maybe after I finish my commission editing and my commission knit. So that was that. And then my aunt sent me a Lion Brand. I was so excited that the acrylic she sent was Lion Brand because this is my preferred acrylic.
Right.
I haven't tried this particular Lion
I
Brand.
love that color though.
Oh, I love this color. It's like this gold. It's got a sheen to it. It does remind me of the Canyon. It's a heather. And I do like heathers. As long as they don't have like little flecks I can pick out. And it doesn't. So this is gold heather. And it's basic stitch anti-pilling. So I have a limited amount of yardage, so I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. It's 185 yards. So I don't think there's quite enough for most of my toys. So I had to think about it. It'd be really pretty for eyes. But I
think
don't
it'd
really
be
want to waste it on just
Be a
eyes.
pretty bunny.
But I'm not sure if I have enough for a bunny.
I don't think it's that hard to get another one.
That's true. You got a good
How much
point.
yardage is it?
185. It'd be touch and go.
Yeah.
And you're right. It is an acrylic, so I should be able to get. It's not like my one for Pound of Love where they stopped carrying the color.
Right.
I think maybe before I start a bunny, I want to make sure that there is more and that I can
Right.
pick up more if I need to.
You can always make a little owl with that too.
I'd
Be
rather
cute.
make a bunny.
If I see an owl.
Also, I can look and see if there's any knit bunnies I can make because
Mm-hmm.
that takes up less yardage. Because my crochet bunny's going to take more yardage.
You always give up on the knit ones, except for the current one you're doing.
I have like 3 knit ones sitting in half process.
Mm-hmm.
But the only reason why I haven't been knitting on those is because I'm so focused on my design stuff.
Right.
I mean, if you'd notice, nothing I've worked here is not a pattern of mine. Everything I've worked has been a pattern of mine. So it's not it's not that I don't love my other things. I'm just only working my own patterns right now.
Well, that's fine. I mean, you have to do the stuff that first, the designs first.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of the nice things about being a designer. I don't buy patterns anymore. I just design what I want.
Okay. Let's get moving. I know I keep saying this toward the end, but we are keeping you long, and my husband's waiting for lunch. So, are you finished? You're not helping. No. Okay. I have written the shared story. I've written probably about 1,200, 1,500 words over the week, so that's good, give or take. I'm still reading Queen by Timothy Zahn, but I am making progress on that. And that's the final book in the series of 3. And I've got my Pray Like Mary. I read some of that last night, and I've been reading that a little at a time. That one you can't just read; you have to think about it. Mm-hmm. So I like to do a section at a time.
I still have to do my very last section because I needed to think about it. I haven't had brain power.
Right. And then Consider the Lilies, which is a study, a Bible study kind of things, which I really like that. It hit, for those of you who are into this kind of stuff, it brought up a song, not a
We
song.
should give our warning that we're headed into personal.
Yeah, it's kind of quasi-personal, but
I guess
not
this
really
part,
personal.
we can see books and then we'll go into personal. That's
Yeah, this is, for those of you who like to read the Bible, it hit me, they brought up Isaiah 41. So if you want to look at that, for some reason that one really hit me that when I read it, and I've been reading it on and off all week.
The funny thing is the accidental verse you gave me, which was Psalm 41,
Yeah.
hit me more than the Isaiah 41 did.
We have different areas that we were looking at. So Isaiah 41, Psalm 41, either one, if you guys want to look at it. Isaiah 41 is the original one I was talking about.
Yeah, she told me Psalm and she accidentally gave me a verse that was more helpful to me.
That was an accident. God did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just for that. Okay, I don't want to go too much into religion for you guys because the Knitting Crocheting podcast, but in case you want to. But that's basically that for reading and writing.
For my reading,
I'm sorry. I prompted this past week.
I need to get some writing in because I haven't written in a little while. It's just I haven't had time to focus. I might try to do a little bit for Cathilify on Sunday, especially since they sent another email out. Not necessarily pestering people saying, "Hey, there's other opportunities." Blah blah blah. But I read a little bit of Catherine the Great by Robert K. Massey. I just want to look up the title because last time I couldn't tell you the author. And it is really well written. Where Stephen was a bit dry, this is a little bit more like We Too.
I haven't done my
that
shop.
Jillian Jill. Oh yeah, we'll have to go back to that. That Jillian Jill wrote about Albert and Victoria, but this is about Catherine the Great. So this is good. And also Great Courses Plus. I have been binge watching the Great Courses Plus. I finished I think it's 36 Great Women before 1400. So they had people like, it was Perpetua. I think it was Perpetua. They talked.
Yeah, Perpetua and Felicity.
Yeah, 'cause it was they mentioned Felicity briefly, but they talked about Perpetua. They talked about like all these. Some people I had heard about because if you're gonna go before the 1400s, you're gonna run into people that we call saints. That we consider saints because a lot of people.
That's where they lived.
That's where they lived, right? That was a period of time where you had basically Catholicism as a religion if you were in Europe. But you also had some people from Islam. I think there was one or two Buddhist ladies. Some ladies were very inspirational. Some ladies were very brutal. It was a very interesting combination and a very interesting lecture. Right now, the one I'm listening to I'm watching is they're doing great courses throughout history. So they hit, and by great they mean like they were important or they showed something at the time. They had Socrates' trial that led to him drinking hemlock. And I just finished the one on Thomas More's. So it's been very interesting. There's tons of stuff with Great Course Plus. It keeps me from wasting too much time on YouTube.
Okay, so we need to move on to seriously.
We do. Okay. But that was part of you had books, I had this.
But I didn't go on.
I don't feel like I was going
like
on.
you sometimes
on
do.
And on.
Okay. I just want to make sure we get everything because you have to do shop and I have to do shop.
I don't have a whole ton for shop. I kind of covered shop in my whips.
I told you I had some new colorways, and that's the only reason I would normally have just cut off and not worried about the shop. But I have new colorways for this.
Oh, you have a definite theme going on there.
I'm missing one of them.
Oh,
there it is. Okay.
I came in here to look for something.
So I have. You saw some of the stuff last week. These are the new ones I told you about. This one is Kermit. And this one is a sport weight. My sport weight can probably be used fairly interchangeably with DK to some extent. You'd have to check your gauge, but okay, so this is Kermit. And I can make more. It's just that the method I use, I can only do one at a time. So this one is Kermit.
I was just making sure something from my shop before we got to me. So that's the only reason I'm on my phone, guys.
Okay, the next one coming up is called Sea Glass. I think these might all be sport, or maybe not. Let me see. This one's Kermit. The next one is Sea
I thought you
Glass.
had some fingering.
I think I do. Oops, I have to redo
It's
that.
funny.
Okay, this is Sea Glass. This is also sport. Okay.
I'm gonna 46.
And I can redo this as well. I just finished typing up the recipe, so I know I have it. Can you see the blue in here?
They can.
This is really pretty. It's not quite as jewel tone as my normal colors. It reminds me of the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Sea Glass, and I have two of these in sport. I wanted to get some of these done before we really hit fall hardcore. Although it's never really been a determinant for me. I kind of do what I want.
Right.
I do have the stuff that is seasonal, but if I really want to do something or somebody wants me to do
But
something.
we have a lot of people like purple, which arguably is, depending on the shape of purple, can be either an autumnal or a spring.
Right.
But it all depends on the shade, and you just do that when people want it.
Yeah.
Because we have some really rabid purple people.
These are Sports Blurt. They'll go in the shop pretty soon. This one is called Sunflowers. And this one is Fingering Sock. Yes. I have two of these, Dandelions. Fingering Sock. This one's more autumnal. But it could also be summer. I think this would make a really fun pair of socks. Or an accessory.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a pretty shawl. So this is
Yeah, it would be.
Dandelions. It's got, why do I keep saying that? Sunflowers. It's got kind of browns and golds and yellows and greens for sunflowers. And I have two of these right now. And they will be going into the shop as soon as I can get, all this will be, going into the shop as soon as I can get pictures taken. Now, I need some help. I didn't get to the dye pots this week because just
So is a dye top like when you spin a top and it happens to dye and it just throws stuff everywhere?
Yes,
Oh,
that's exactly it. Spews
Sweet.
out stuff.
That's how you get to speckling then, huh?
Yeah, right.
A dye top.
Okay, so these are these, okay? And then I know I have to reskein that one. all that plus these are going in the shop.
Shoot, Mom. You're going to be taking pictures for a long time.
Yep. And then these, I haven't put my labels on yet because I haven't determined the name yet. I think I'm going to go with Hawkeye for this, but I'm not sure. Do you guys have a suggestion? You can see it's actually showing up really well on the camera. Mm-hmm. It's got kind of a mauvey, pinky kind of color, purples, lavenders. So I have one of these. And
I feel like it looks like a Plum Deluxe myself.
But it's not. It's not. Plum Deluxe doesn't have these colors. Plum Deluxe has orange.
It looks like an orange to me.
It's not orange. It's mauve. It's pinks and... Take off your glasses for a second.
I took it off. It looks more like, I guess it's not quite, but it kind of makes me think of an orange.
It doesn't look anything. I have Plum Deluxe.
I know.
It's not the same color.
It's not, but it makes me think of it.
So this...
I stubbornly hold to my opinion.
So maybe it'll become a Plum Deluxe colorway. This is one, and this one can be repeated. This one cannot be repeated, but I don't know if I should just call it, like, what I should call it, something OOAK. I don't know what to call it. This one will be in the shop as well.
I say don't put a name on something if you can't repeat it.
Yeah.
Because there's no... It could just be... Oh, okay.
Yeah, I might just call it OOAK. Yeah.
Because you can't repeat it. Why waste a name on it?
So these will be going in the shop. This one can be repeated. So if you can think of a name... right now I'm thinking about Hawkeye, the classic Hawkeye, not the one in the movies. Cause
if you look
black.
at Hawkeye, his clothes are black.
Yeah, yes. Well, that's what I meant. He wears black.
If you look at Hawkeye in the comics, he is the most ridiculously purpley pink.
Yeah, it's a horrible costume. But
with the weird things they were doing for
the
a
only
while.
one who was as bad as that was Wanda. Hers was bad like that.
Scarlet Witch's house.
Horrible.
Awful.
So this is the colorway that I need a name for. It can be repeated.
Because she also had the same weird...
Yes. That's exactly what I was saying. So these will all be going into the shop as soon as I can get the chance to take pictures. And
the thing is, she also wore that funky bathing suit type thing.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Like,
well, they
netted stockings and
when what's her name started.
They're like, don't look at that costume.
They promised her that she wouldn't have to wear that costume. So,
which was a step up. That was a horrible costume.
That was awful. Yeah.
Things that kind of sort of work but don't really in the comics don't work at all in live action.
So this goes in here. I'll put the other one. So that's my shop news. Keep an eye on my shop. Our Patreons always have a discount in there. I am not sure if I'm going to be doing a Labor Day sale or not. We will see. But if you like any of these, let me know. If you have any colors that you'd like to see, please let me know that too. Right now, the bases that seem to be going are my sock weight and my DK. If you want to see, I do have a fair amount of sport right now, and I think I still have some bare sport if you want that. But generally, those seem to be the three that, I have some worsted up in the shop as well, if you want that. If you want any of these colors that you see in a base that it's not in, let me know and I'll see if I can do that. If I have it, if it's a base that's kind of an odd base, I may need to have either a larger order or more people wanting it because one of my suppliers requires that I get at least 10. So I want to make sure I can, that other people want it.
One of her dealers.
Huh?
One of your dealers.
Dealers?
Like a yarn dealer, like drug dealer.
Right, yarn dealers, yeah. So that's that. That's all I have to say about my shop.
And mine is very brief because you already heard that Bunny Butt is released. I guess I should say Bunny Butt dishcloth because I'm planning on doing other Bunny Butt things. But Bunny Butt dishcloth is released, and the Owl Hold Your Place for You
bookmark.
But that bookmark is now in testing. The patrons have already seen it, have already worked, they haven't necessarily worked on it, but they don't need to test it. They just get it. They get any updates. It's a free to patrons pattern. But everyone else gets it when it's in the shop. They can pick it up in the shop. So I have testers on PHN. I have one tester on Facebook. She was super excited. She was so sweet. She's like, I might be able to get two done. She was just so... She's apparently an owl.
Adorable. We're going to have to keep our personal short this time because we don't want to keep you here 2 hours. So before we do that, do you have anything else to say that's not personal? No. Okay. We want to say goodbye to those people who maybe don't want to hear about the personal stuff. We tried to get everything in before we got here this time. So we do want to give you a chance to leave. But before you do, we want to thank the people who commented on YouTube and or Facebook, not Facebook, our PHN homepage. If I don't mention you, it's only because I didn't see you before we podcasted. So we want to thank Brittany, Renna, Looney Hiker, Maribel is hooked, Wendy MacGyver, Wombat of Doom 53, Sharon, and Karen Grammy Knitterbug. Thank you very much for your comments. We really appreciate them. And if I missed you, thank you as well. It's just that I didn't see them. Okay, we are now going into a very short personal section. So if you want to say goodbye, we'll say goodbye and hope to see you here again next week for the Fun in the Woman
That was
Cave.
such a good movement.
God bless. Have a
God
good
bless.
day.
Bye.
Okay, now. Okay,
Roughish week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a roughish week for everybody all the way around.
The weather coming in.
Weather coming in.
I mean, if your watch is late, this is during the time when the twin storms were headed this way. Poor Texas and Louisiana is getting the
Yes.
worst of it.
And as I said on our Patreon, which didn't reach a whole lot of people, I don't think we do want to reiterate it here. If you're in Louisiana, Texas, or anywhere where there's really being heavy hit, let us know if you're okay.
Yeah.
So or if you want prayers or whatever, either in the group or in the YouTube channel, we will be happy to pray for you.
And I'm sure people like Georgia might be getting hit too.
Right.
Even though I haven't heard as much about that.
Georgia, like that's Kenneth and Patty and a few other people. So if you guys are in the South or in Texas, I guess that's still.
If you're
South
anywhere that's getting hit by this really
we'd like
hard.
to know you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just check in. You can check in on Instagram. You can check in on YouTube. You can check in on PHN, on Facebook, wherever you want to check in with us. So let us know you're okay.
Well, I was watching the Daughters this morning, Daughters St. Paul, and they were talking about the fact that in one place in Louisiana, like a bunch of churches were like demolished. They're just not in good shape at all.
So we'll do that.
So the storm is really affecting things over there.
So we didn't have anything worth talking about. Sorry, guys. That's our
Call from Cleveland, OH.
Oh, that's my mom. Okay, we're gonna say goodbye.
Call from
Yeah.
Cleveland, OH.
Our personal stuff, just one doctor's visit. Basically, that's
Tried to
it.
push it to walk a little bit,
Yeah.
but very rough.
So if you want to know more about it, you can feel
Yeah.
free to talk to us about it in PHN group or whatever, okay? But we need to go now because you have things to do and we have to get ready to eat lunch. So we want to wish you all a very wonderful, blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, whatever it is that makes you happy. And we hope to see you here again for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 417. And that's a wrap.
Bye.